And what we're going to do today is start off purely by going through the comment section on my YouTube, which I'll be sharing over here in the YouTube live stream. So here's my YouTube channel. Now let's get to the comments section here on YouTube. So boom, share screen. Okay. Boom, boom. Love it. And by the way, if you're on TikTok, please go ahead and drop questions in the chat. So all that to be said, let's get to it. Also, this is a very special version of the Ask Charlie T show because you got two Charlies on the show today. So all that to be said, let's get down to it. Remember, post your questions in the comments, and I'm going to be answering all the comments from my channel going back until like we're done. Let's see what happens. All right, great. So first question comes from Rick. At Rick Jean says, hey, Charlie, great video. This is in reference to the Facebook ads, easiest way to scale and generate more revenue video, which came out earlier this week. Big video, especially on PSM. So we'll get to that. This is, hey, Charlie, great video. Do you include taxes, shipping costs, transaction fees, and returns per AOV in the cost of goods when calculating the PSM? The answer to that question is, well, we don't. And the honest reason is because those are all variable costs. Taxes are different depending on your market. Shipping costs are different, especially when we have different boxes or different items. If somebody gets one item or they bundle it with a bunch of heavy things, the shipping costs are going to be different. Transaction fees also tend to be different depending on market. If you're sending to the UK versus Australia or anywhere in the States, those are going to be different. Returns are also not something we can project. So these are variable metrics. So we don't include them in our cost of goods when calculating PSM. And for those that are interested, again, PSM is profitable scaling margin. That is lifetime value divided by the sum of CPA and COGS times the frequency of purchase. A great way to think of this is if we know that the lifetime value of a customer is $200 and the CPA and COGS is $40 and the average person buys 2.5 times, well, then we know it basically costs us $100 to acquire 200. So every customer that we get is worth $100, which also means every dollar we spend on marketing results in a 2x return. And if we wanted to get more net new customers, we could invest at least twice as much money and we would still break even. Profitable scaling margin. What is my margin with which I can scale? Super fun. All right. We got more comments on YouTube, but the comments in the live chats are blowing up. So let's get to some of that stuff. Hello, everybody. Dozens of people. Okay, awesome. This is from Charles Holiday on YouTube. Says, how do you optimize for 322 when using lead form for local business? Well, Charles, great name, by the way. It is hard to optimize down to the ad level for a lead ad when you're doing Facebook ads, especially in dynamic creative, because ultimately you can't extract the post ID of a lead form ad. However, what we can do is measure the quality of the leads. And one of the things that I've done repeatedly for big brands around the world, especially when doing lead gen for SaaS companies or for service providers, is let's qualify that lead. Is it a good lead? Is it a bad lead? And generally, we can do that in the way that they've answered the questions. For instance, if you go to my site and you were to sign up for a sales call for the Facebook Ads MBA program, which you'll go to Disruptor School, check that out. Based on your answers, I have a good idea of what your conversion rate is. So I have people filed in as good lead, bad lead, or scorching hot, like let's get them in, they're ready to go lead. Because one has a conversion rate of about 10%. Another has a conversion rate of about 15%, and the other one has a conversion rate of like 80%. So when I'm running my ads, especially when using 322 ads and dynamic creatives or flexible ads, I'm passing that information back to Facebook with offline events, and I can understand down to the concept or which 322 ad I'm running at the value, volume, and cost of the ability for that ad to drive a good lead, a bad lead, or like a scorching hot lead. And ultimately, this means I can optimize my media mix by focusing on which 322 ads get me the best volume to the offer and the quality of lead that matches the cost and the value, because ultimately, more valuable leads tend to cost more money. And I like to have only the most valuable leads. But if my call center can handle 20 sales calls a day and the most valuable lead only gets me 12, well, then that means almost half of my day is spent not dialing for dollars. And that's a waste of time and money. So let's load up the rest of the day with some of those good leads. And we can optimize our media mix around what the ads are that are actually live in market to get us the highest value, volume, and cost of our lead generation. From there, that's how we optimize it. Second point, maybe you get people to go to a lead form on your landing page, and then you can just run those when somebody fills that out as a conversion event, and then boom, you're running conversion campaigns. Mazel tov, you're off to the races. All right, and I see more questions loading up, so let's get back to the YouTube comment section. This is also off of the latest video, the Facebook ads, easiest way to scale and generate more revenue. FGA Growth says, how do you measure blended CPA? Is it blended ad spend divided by total orders? Yeah. And really, it's how much money did we spend and what is the volume of transactions that we got? Because ultimately, that's all that really matters. I don't care where those transactions came from, because ultimately, you can't possibly know. And you might say, well, I got some from Facebook, and I got some from Google, and I got some from email, and I got some from repeat buyers. Well, fun fact, you have no idea if it was actually Google or email or Facebook that drove those sales, because the average customer journey is weeks or decades long, and you probably spent money on ads on every single one of those platforms to get the sale. And no two customers are the same. And tomorrow that makeup will be completely different. So ultimately, all that really matters is what is the unit value of every transaction and what is the cost to acquire those transactions, so that you can understand the margin of profit on every transaction, especially when we begin to understand how many are net new versus returning. What is the overall volume of profit we're going to get for the rest of that customer journey? And then we can begin to optimize the business accordingly. All right, cool. Hopefully that helps. Awesome. I'm going to go back to the live stream comment section. Forgive me, white dude from the suburbs, and this is not an Anglo-Saxon name, so I'm going to butcher this. Hadjam Takua. Hopefully that's right. I'm almost guaranteed that is not right. But anyway, let's go with it. What to do when your campaign's suddenly not getting results after being good for like a month? This happens, totally happens, and not terribly uncommon. One of the things I would say first is let's not always rely on every single campaign to be successful. And let's not run a bunch of campaigns, because if we have 5 or 10 campaigns and one of them stops, well, why did it stop? Well, maybe because the other ones got good. And also, let's not lean on having revenue and sales only come from paid marketing. One of the things I tell people all the time, you should be investing the profit from your organic sales and from your business model, repeat buyers, etc. You should be investing your profits from how successful your business is into the ads to amplify the success that you get. Far too many people try to run Facebook ads with money that they haven't earned to try to scale a business that will fail. Remember, Facebook ads only amplify your business model. If your business model sucks, all you're doing is investing in the failure of your business to get there faster. Highly recommend maybe not doing that. My 2 cents. All right, let's get back to more questions here. We have more waiting. This is from my announcement that we were going to be doing this stuff today, and somebody's spewing some hate. Love that. Fine. Send it my way. Give me the critiques. I love it. Okay. Flying with anything says high CPA. This is in response to a video where I said, real operators know. Let's see if we can share this video. No? Let's see. Can we? Can we view this on? Oh, this having said. Right. So this is when you stop cost capping and your Facebook ads start scaling. And the feedback on this video, I'm going to mute this because this is getting out of hand. The feedback to that video here, the comment was, let's see here, high CPA. And you know what? You're right. I did have a high CPA on that video. I think it was in the 70 or 80 range. But also that's totally fine because the profit volumes and the revenues were much higher than my CPA. And CPA, AOV, and niche don't really matter when it comes to the successful business. It's about your business model. I know brands that need to get a customer for less than $5 or they lose money. And I know brands that can spend up to $10,000 to get a customer. What really matters is, can you acquire attention? And then can you monetize that attention? And that's not a win. That's validation. A win comes from when you can then turn that monetized attention into future cash flow. That is actually your win. Hold on a second here. I'm going to get this on Do Not Disturb. Okay, here we go. Boom, there we go. Just so that we don't have anybody calling me up. So anyway, the idea is invest that future cash flow into the growth of your business. Do not get ahead. And I've helped drop shippers in every niche that I can possibly think of be successful. I've built and scaled and helped other brands scale 7, 8, 9-figure businesses in pet and clothing and software and retail and real estate and fashion and skincare and I mean babies, like literally anything you can possibly think of, because all that really matters is the business model. Can you acquire attention, turn it into cash flow, or monetize that attention and turn that into future cash flow? If you cannot acquire future cash flow, you are selling a product as a salesperson. You are not a business with success as really something that you can count on. So anyway, with that being said, hopefully that helps you. And I'll probably just reply that, hey, check out the live feed. All right, awesome. Where's my mouse? There we go. Okay, cool. So let's keep going. Wow, I got to catch up. Okay, Munib. All right, again, white dude from the suburbs, might be butchering some of these names. Anyway, Munib says, can you tell when starting up a new ad account with one campaign setup? Love that you're using one campaign setup. Literally, like, this is the ideal campaign architecture. I don't know if you can see that on everything. It might be blotted out. Who knows? Folks on TikTok saw it. The folks on YouTube and Facebook, and like, you should know. Check out one campaign. It's the ideal way to set up your Facebook ad account. Anyway, when you set up a one campaign setup, remember that is one campaign per business objective. Do we first start with DCTs and gradually add the winning post IDs into a winning ad set? Yeah. And so for those that want to understand, it looks like we're getting dozens of folks in here, like over 100 now. The architecture for your best version of a Facebook campaign: one campaign per business objective. Let's say I'm trying to sell these wonderful Dad Gang hats. All right, I'm trying to sell Dad Gang hats. All of the hats have the same AOV and the same LTV. Great. Now, and those that may or may not be true, but now what we're trying to do, okay, girl, you can have my hand, is we're going to start that campaign with 2 dynamic creatives, or in this case, 3 dynamic creatives and or flexible ads. And then once we begin to get some winning post IDs, we're going to start to put those winning post IDs into an ad set that is just our winners. And remember, we only need to move ads when we are unable to scale efficiency or volume. Don't stop your creative tests and declare winners and get in the way of the success that you already have. If you can increase your budget because your PSM is good, just do that. One of the worst things that anybody could do is launch a creative test when your results are good. Like, if you can solve the problem of making money, why are you then going to say, great, what I'm going to do now is screw everything up? Like, you don't want 100 ads that drive 100 sales, because if you want to get anybody to buy a second time, you have to be, if you want 10% of people to buy a second time, you have to be right 100 times. That's tough. But if you get one ad that drives 10,000 sales, which is the same volume of transactions, you only have to be right once to get somebody to get your average customers to buy 10% more. The point is, creative testing is generally a liability, and the people that push it generally do that because they're leveraging cost caps and ASC. So they have a depreciating flywheel that shrinks a funnel, that creates a need and a reliance on first order profitability, because they've spent so much time and energy destabilizing the front end of the business that they're unable to acquire that future cash flow. And so the ramifications of bad decision is to then ramp up the thing that creates all of the problem. And that's why most of them are far better salespeople. A good general rule of thumb is most agencies for most disciplines are mediocre at best. And they're far better at landing clients than servicing them. And very few of them actually give a shit about the results of their clients. Hey, girl, would you like to take a nap? Okay. Here you go. Yep. Well, let's get you this. Okay. She's got her, this is not a TikTok shop moment, just awesome at Marshall's. May kind caterpillars. Anyway, there you go, sweetheart. All right. Yeah. All right. She's smiling at me now. Okay. So let's keep going. All right. Back to the comment section. There's a few of these here that are in Spanish, and I love them. Getting more and more people who speak Spanish onto the channel. I honestly need help because Google Translate is not the best way of getting you the support that you need. This is just an overwhelming amount of feedback. I love it. There's a reason why you're known as a disruptor. Your videos are my obsession. I love this. Let's share this video here real quick. This is how to make 1,000 sales for free. Let's go ahead and see this. Let me tell you the easiest way to make 1,000 sales for free. If you run 1,000 Facebook ads, it all make 10 sales a piece. And then I make one Facebook ad that gets 10,000 sales. In order for you to get 10% of people to buy a second time, you have to be right 1,000 times. I only have to be right once. Even if 10 of your ads get 100% of people to buy a second time, you'll only make half as many additional sales as I do. What if the reason your LTV sucks is because you're running way too many ads? Boom. Yeah. What if actually having business principles and running a decent business and understanding how digital marketing works was the path to success? And folks that sell services are making you reliant on them destabilizing your business is a bad idea. Anyway, that being said, Nicholas asked, there's a question I get asked all the time. How much is the course? And this is in response to this YouTube video where I break down the entire Facebook Ads MBA program. And the feedback is here. It depends, first off, if you want access to just the dozen courses and the weekly workshops and masterclasses, or if you want that plus lifetime access to the mastermind community and to get on all the weekly live calls. The price there ranges between $6,500 and $12,000. More support is obviously more money, but that is a one-time fee, and we can obviously put that on a payment plan. And go check out disruptorschool.com to hit the enroll button there, or to apply. Or you can also enroll in Inner Circle, which is a monthly subscription to all of the masterclasses on disruptorschool.com. Basically, we put out 2 new masterclasses every single week from the best operators in the world. Instead of folks who run agencies and sell you on a whole bunch of lies and nonsense, we get the folks building 8- and 9-figure brands to basically give away all of their secrets so that you can take what makes that person successful in a step-by-step guide and hand it to a entry-level employee, and they can scale your business. You can check off that and move on to the next level. And it's almost impossible to not 2 to 10x your investment on any of those masterclasses within 10 days. We're wildly successful. So instead of spending a couple $100 a piece, you could just get access to all of them, and also weekly live calls and the Inner Circle community. You can enroll in that, disruptorschool.com. Check it out. This is not a sales call for that. Anyway, let's keep going. Hopefully that answers your question, Nicholas. I'll also make sure to remind you to check out this feed. Okay, back to the comment section. By the way, if you have questions, ask them in the comments. I'm running on 6 different platforms here, so I'm trying to stay on top of them all. This one also comes from Maestro, who is watching live on YouTube right now. I have a client who is starting up a business. The aim is to sell a very well-known brand name clothing at 30 to 40% off with limited stocks, around 50 to 100 items. Would you recommend using the 322? Love this, because this is a great way of applying the principles of one campaign per business objective, but also understanding what's the best way to get that job done. And to be fair, 322 ads, which is the optimal way of setting up dynamic creative or flexible ads, is the single best way to apply the scientific method into a machine learning algorithm, because you're focusing on teaching it. However, that is actually not the right tool for this job, because you don't need a machine learning algorithm. It's going to get better and better at selling something because you only have 50 to 100 items per item of the stock, right? You have limited stocks, around 50 to 100 pieces of every SKU. So in this case, it's all catalog ads, man. Run the hell out of the catalogs. I have an entire playlist on YouTube about catalogs. And not only that, but there's a great interview that I sat down with Dan Pantello, the founder of Marpipe, and we broke through every single step of what you need to do and what the brands that are spending 50 or 100 bucks a day and what the brands that are spending 50 to 100,000 a day are doing with a whole bunch of things that I literally don't see anybody else talking about. But that's because most people that teach can't do, which is kind of my unfair advantage. I found that, like, I don't want to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and have a conversation with the Far East on like some shipping container that's lost in the Pacific Ocean. I just want to help other people be successful. That's my zone of genius. That's what I thoroughly enjoy doing. So I'm like one of the few that knows how to do that actually also teaches. And to be fair, I teach most of the people that do. Anyway, been doing that for a long, long time. The better part of a decade now at this point. So let's take a sip because hydration is essential. And then we'll dive back into some more questions. Love it. Okay. Speaking of DPA, Munib, who I think just asked a question in the live chat, also happened to comment over here on this DPA tutorial for beginners. Look at that. Said, hey, professor, just watch the whole video. There is so much great stuff here. This is no doubt the best video. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not sharing this. Here we go. Share screen. Boom. There we go. Great. So, Munib, who I think was on the live stream. Here we go. Hey, professor, just watch the whole video. There is so much great stuff here. This is no doubt the best video on YouTube for DPA. Well, thank you, Munib. I really appreciate it. And check out at CT the Disruptor on YouTube and give me a shot. Thank you so much for that. And thank you so much for that, Moody. I just have 2 questions if you can answer. I'm just a beginner starting things out, so these questions might not make sense. Sorry for that. All right, let's break down 2 beginner questions for DPA ads on Facebook. This is excellent. And I remember these this is from yesterday, so I remember these questions, and they were phenomenal. First one says, you said that there are 2 different audiences that one should be using when running DPA ads, broad and retargeting. Yep, and we break down what broad looks like and how to find the best retargeting audience based around 10,000 events, which is optimal. Again, check out a video called The Best Facebook Catalog Ads Tutorial for Beginners in 2024. It's me sitting there like this. Yeah, you can go find that. I'm wearing an orange and white shirt from Dandy Del Mar. Love Dandy Del Mar. Anyway, I wanted to ask if we use those audiences in separate ad sets or in a single campaign and just a single ad set. So we're going to put both of those into a single campaign. That campaign is going to have 2 ad sets. And this is one situation, and I call it on the video, where I'm totally fine using ABO. I'm totally fine managing my budget at the ad set level. And what I'm really trying to do is find the optimal frequency for each one of those ad sets. Some folks chase silly, like made up numbers like ROAS, because ROAS is a complete nonsense metric. And if anybody asks in the chat, we'll break that down. But I've got hours and hours of like why ROAS as a concept is just complete nonsense. And anybody that sells you a service based on ROAS is somebody that either A, doesn't know what they're talking about, so you shouldn't hire them, or B, does know what they're talking about and just knows that they're lying to you. In which case, also, don't hire them. Anyway, that being said, I'm actually optimizing for what is my ideal daily frequency. There's going to be a certain level that is optimal for my ad spend to reach the right amount of people, the right amount of times in a single day to get me the highest mix, the most valuable mix between volume and profit margin. And remember that conversation we just had before about value, volume, and cost? When it comes to DPA ads, it's easier than anywhere else to really manage that optimal daily frequency. And generally speaking, if it's a bottom of funnel audience, that optimal daily frequency tends to be in the 2.5 to 3. If it's a mid funnel audience, that optimal daily frequency tends to be in the 1.5 to 2.5 in that range. And your broad is generally, hopefully, never over a 1.3, 1.4 max, right? Like if we can get it down to a 1.1, 1.2, we should just be spending more money. Awesome. Hey, girl. Hi. You want me to pick you back up? Oh. Okie dokie. Here we go. Let's give you one of your shoes. How about that? You can play with your shoe. No? All right. Anyway, second question. Let's just say the answer to the first question have 2 ad sets for each of the audience in a single campaign. Hey, Mooney was paying attention. I like that. Now, if I have a campaign running those ad sets, can I make another campaign with DPA, ASC, or Advantage Shopping campaigns without pausing the previous one? And also, can I just run a simple ASC campaign while my DPA campaign is also on? Is this a good approach? Honestly, I try to split up my ASC from my non-ASC campaigns because their business objectives are different. My non-ASC campaigns are really optimizing for volume, right? Like I want as many transactions as I can. I want to get the highest volume of profitable transactions in the business, because also I know that I'm buying future cash flow, because every one of those customers, if I'm doing my business right, is an opportunity to acquire future sales, and those future sales happen at a much greater profit margin than just the day of sales. So let me load up as much kinetic energy as possible so that I can help the customer service and email and CRO and search and Amazon team look as good as they can, because ultimately that just allows me to answer the world's most important question, which is, can I spend more money? It makes the answer to that question yes. Now, when I'm running ASC, however, I know that I'm going to be bringing in far less net new customers, because ASC is hitting people who are further down in the funnel. And that is going to also directly impact my customer acquisition costs. So there's a volume versus an efficiency play. Now, if you were also paying attention, one of the hacks that I recommend people try out is targeting your ASC campaign to focusing on only selling to net new customers. So you are hacking the bottom of the funnel for your total addressable market. You're basically stealing sales from your competitors. And I've made multiple videos on how to do that. So anyway, hopefully that gets you really to the meat of the answer here. And it looks like you wrote back, is it okay to have both ASC and non-ASC campaign lines at the same time? Sure. You can. And ultimately, I think when you do that, you will find that one of them is better than the other. And I think I did a video on this. Maybe it went live. Maybe it hasn't. Who knows? I'm putting a ton of stuff out there lately. You might be running a bunch of offers and a bunch of ads that are all profitable, but some of those are more likely to drive future transactions. Run those. Run the ads that are more likely to get, where you're more likely to buy a customer who's more likely to pay you a second or a third time. If you can get more people to pay you 2 or 3 times, imagine what will happen to your bank account, especially if your profit on day one is the same. And even if you break even on day one, or if you lose money on day one, that's okay, because day one for that customer journey is also day 100 of somebody you bought 100 days ago. And if you're getting reoccurring revenue from previous customers, you don't need to be profitable on day one, because ultimately the profit volume of a customer is not accounting for only one transaction. And if it is, that means your business model sucks, or your marketing team doesn't give a shit about your bottom line as a business. All right. Hopefully that's helpful. Let's get down to the comment section. Wow, there's just more people popping into this. This is awesome. I should be doing this more often. Anyway, okay. Let's get to it. Muhammad says, hey, Charlie, for drop shipping and first order profitability, is it good we run on bid caps? I know you aren't a fan of drop shipping, but for starters like me, I want to make a brand. Love to little Charlie. Oh, thank you. So 2 things. One, I don't mind drop shipping. I think drop shipping is a great way to make money, and I know a lot of people that do it, and it's really a great skill to have. I've got more than a few drop shippers that have driven more than a few millions of dollars a year in revenue, and from the Facebook Ads MBA program. Again, check out disruptorschool.com if you want to know more about that. Totally on board with drop shipping. I've had a couple drop shipping brands myself. And you're talking about first order profitability. Is it good you run on bid caps? I would rather not, but when you're running drop shipping, I think the primary focus more than anything is, can you get sales? Let's get this AC on. Okay. Can you get sales at all? And once you can get sales, once you validate an idea, remember, a business is acquiring attention, monetizing it, and then turning that into future cash flow. Once you can monetize that attention, That's giving you the opportunity. That's validation of the idea. And then at that point, we can begin to work on future cash flow. And again, if I have to do short-term, non-sustainable hacks in order to, there you go, honey, in order to get customers the first time, then I will. I'd rather not do big caps, but to each their own. I think it'd be much better. I actually just did a great video with another YouTuber yesterday, and so it'll be coming out sometime this week, I'm sure, around drop shipping. And one of the things that we were talking about was how maybe just focus, if everybody else is using the trending TikTok video, just take some stills from that video and run static ads. So you're going to have a higher frequency and a higher CPM, but you're going to basically funnel hack everybody else that's using this exact same copy and exact same creative. You can just come in at the end and be like, okay, well, I know you're looking to buy, but why don't you just buy from me? You only need to beat people at the very end of the funnel, not make your own funnel in order to get the sales. So I'd rather do that in a way that is sustainable than trying to run the same ads at broad with bid caps in a way where I'm basically just pulling lottery tickets, and any win that I get is completely not sustainable. All right, cool. So hopefully that helps you out. And hi. Okay. Here we go. By the way, shout out to Uniqlo for this amazing shirt. Great coffee, bacon, egg, and cheese. If you've been to Manhattan, you know. Okay, anyway, let's keep going. Okay, so this is another comment from just yesterday, and I get a ton of comments, and hopefully I can do this instead of replying to everybody's comments all the time. I can just do more of these and just be like, check the link, which maybe we'll be doing. Anyway, so this is a comment from YouTube. FM Guadalupe 7473 asks, I started the campaign using the 322 method and 4PI about a month and a half ago. Since I was only running $10 a day, it took about a month for the algorithm to learn and to see my first conversion. Okay, I like you're willing to stick it out. And I spent that month continually improving my landing page. Oh, I love it. Now the conversions are flowing in and getting better day by day. Ha! You're doing all the right things. I love it. So no more tweaking anything. Love it. And just keep raising my budgets twice a week. Love it. All I can say is just do the 322 and 4PI if you're not yet doing it. I only wish that I had found Charlie T earlier. Okay, that wasn't a question. That was just somebody killing it and then giving me a thanks. I got nothing to say other than keep doing the good work, FM Guadalupe, and reach out to me. Let me see if I can't get you a Disruptor School hat or something. If you are FM Guadalupe 7473 and you see this, message me and I'll give you some merchandise from disruptorschool.com and a gift card or two. Let's just get you some more stuff. Let's help you be more successful, right? And as a matter of fact, let's do something right now. Let's do a bit of a giveaway. Okay, so everybody here, if you can go and drop a comment on my last 3 videos on YouTube, just, hey, I love this. Thank you so much. You've been great help. Something like that. And give me a follow or a subscribe. Screenshot that and send it to me. And I'll send you a free Disruptor School hat. Why not? Like, let's do some quid pro quo stuff. And if you're watching on TikTok, you're like, well, what are you talking about? I have a YouTube channel. It's called @CT the Disruptor. There's dozens and thousands of subscribers over there. Go shout it out, and we'll get you some more support, and we'll get you a Disruptor School hat and a gift card for some master classes. Okay, let me help you be successful. Why not? That's what we do here. Okay, Bartov 147 live comment on the feed on YouTube. Okay, thank you, Charlie. When having more focus on testing videos, would a 621 be optional instead of a 322 when the great headline was already found? Love this question. Get it all the time. So remember, a 322 ad is 3 creatives, 2 primary text, 2 headlines. Oh, okay. Here you go. How about you play with your caterpillar? No, you want your shoe? Okay. There you go. So having 6 videos is not a good thing, because ultimately the reason a 322 ad works is because, well, we know that the headline and the copy are not the primary reason of somebody stopping the scroll. 80% to 90% of what stops the scroll is somebody viewing the video or the image, right? Okay. That's what 85% of what stops the scroll is, the creative. Then the eye goes to the headline, then to the primary text. The reason the 322 ad works is because with the two primary text and two headlines, we're able to A/B test the copy. And the reason that we need three creatives is because we're able to have enough variety to see, does this concept work? But not so much variety that distribution is more or less random. And instead of having a 6-2-1, 6 creative, 2 primary text, and 1 headline, why not have 2 ad sets that have 3 creatives, 2 primary text, and 1 headline? And then it's not which one of these creatives is lucky enough to get spend. It's which version of these 322s, or in this case 321, which one earns spend more than the other, and how much better is it? Instead of saying, is this a winner? Figure out which one is better. And this is a great lesson when I was a touring musician and punk rock guy. I mean, still am, but when you get off stage and you say, hey, would you like to buy a t-shirt? The answer is no. But when you get off stage and say, hey, which shirt would you like to buy? Conversion rate in the moment goes up by 400 to 500%. Asking the simple question of which would you like to buy was the difference between me coming home from tour with a tub full of unsold merch and me having to refill my merch halfway through the tour. One of those meant that I got to eat food. The other meant that I had to sleep in the van. That's real world economics. All right, honey, I'm going to put you back in your little thing, okay? Let's do this. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Okay. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay. There you go. Whoop. Let's get your foot around. Okay. There you go. Boom. Hi. Yeah. All right. It is getting hot in here. Why is my AC not cranking? Come on. Maybe it is. Who knows? All right. Anyway, let's keep going. I think we just did a live one. Man, we're at 170 people live right now over here. Shit. Okay. I love it. I love it. I know TikTok was like, there's one person here, but look, there's a bunch of other folks elsewhere. And that's great. Okay. So that all being said, wow, it's almost all Twitter too. 160 live people on Twitter right now. Sweet. Okay. Let's get back to the YouTube comment section. Let's see here. How do you know it's giving the winning ad from a flexible ad? The one I'm getting back is not the ad with the most spend, likes, and comments. Okay, so this is in reference to how to find the post ID of any Facebook ad. So first off, let's just play this video real quick so that everybody knows what we're talking about.
Of any dynamic, creative, or flexible ad.
Refresh this. All right, there we go. Boom.
Hey, business owner, did you know that the post ID is the most important part of any dynamic, creative, or flexible ad? Let me show you how to find it in 30 seconds, even if your media buyer said it was impossible.
What I want to do is grab the winning post ID from this flexible ad. We're going to hit edit, and then we're going to go over to this fun little button and say Facebook posted comment. All right, now here we're going to hit the timestamp, and we're going to get the video ID. We're going to scroll down, and instead of hitting create ad, we're going to use existing post. We're going to turn off multi-advertiser. And then we're going to scroll down to change post. And in the all post section, we're going to drop in the video ID. And hey, look at that. It knows the ad that came from. Hit continue. And bingo, bango, bongo. We got our ad.
Grab the post IDs of our dynamic, creatives, and flexible ads, throw them all in one ad set of our CBO, and scale to the moon. And there you go. Stupid easy, right? Now, if you want more stupid easy information so that you can level up, just give it a follow. I'll see you on the internet. Bye.
There we go. Love that video. And apparently super helpful for folks. So anyway, let's scroll back down to this comment. There's all that stuff. There's all this. Okay, here we go. So how do you know it's giving you the winning ad from your flexible ads? Because you say, well, when I look at the breakdown or whatever, that's not the ad that's getting the most spend, the most likes, the most comments. And my argument is you don't know which ad got the most spend, likes, or comments. So like, well, I'm looking at the it was this creative and this headline and this primary text. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. So let me help you understand. In a 322 ad with 3 creatives, 2 primary text, and 2 headlines, every headline is 6 ads. You don't know if that distribution is even or not. Every creative is 4 ads. Now, you don't know if 99% of that budget went to one variation or if it was an even split of a 4-way split of all 4 of them. You couldn't possibly know. So my point to that is, for instance, if one creative spent 80% of your budget, let's say it's $800, do you know if any one of those ads actually spent all 800, or what if they all spent 200? Now, where it really gets interesting is, let's say your top spending creative spent 600, and in a 4-way split, they all spent $150. What if you had another creative that only spent 250, but 99% of that spend went to one post ID? Well, that one post ID would probably have spent nearly twice as much as anything else of your top spending variation, because you don't know. So remember, what Facebook is showing you in the preview post is post IDs validated by estimated action rate, and it's giving you the optimal ID to run with. Stop trying to outsmart a machine that's inherently smarter than anybody could possibly be, because it is looking at billions of people and trillions of data points going back over a decade, doing millions of auctions every microsecond. I don't care who you are. You're never going to be smarter than that. So we lean into it instead of letting our ego get in the way. All right, let's get to the next one. This is a live comment on YouTube from SXLF. It's interesting. The YouTube viewers represent the smallest percentage of the live viewers here outside of TikTok, but they also represent the highest amount of commenters. So bring it on. Okay, so sorry, I want to get this right. SXLF on YouTube asks, if an ad stops running profitably, let me, here we go. If an ad stops running profitably, how long do you usually wait until you cut the campaign? This is an incredible question, because the answer is everything about the question is wrong. And with the most respect, I just want to kind of bring this to the point. Here's what we need to know. If a single ad stops running profitably, that doesn't mean that your ads aren't profitable. Remember that, oh, hi, Brill Media. Good to see you. What we have to understand is your Facebook ads fill your funnel. Facebook ads grab attention. Somebody goes to your website. Maybe or maybe not, they give you their email address. Maybe or maybe not, they search you on Google or Amazon. And then maybe or maybe not, they see more content from you, they talk to a friend, and they buy. Sometimes turning off the bad ad is the reason that your search volume tanks, your email sales dwindle up, you get no more email addresses, and your profitability goes to shit. Because the idea of saying this ad is the reason that this happened is complete nonsense. That is a lie predicated on the idea of attribution. Attribution as a concept was a sales pitch put together by digital marketers over 30 years ago to get people to abandon television and print, or at least to supplement their out-of-home marketing. And we have to understand that ultimately, it's complete bullshit. 100%, unequivocally, it's bullshit. So, if we know that the attribution is bullshit, then there's no way for us to know that the ad running is the reason that we're seeing a profit or not. And more importantly, what we need to have is a campaign architecture and a platform architecture, simple enough for us to basically say one thing in particular. If this ad gets more spend, what happens to the bottom line of my business? And if you can't answer that question, or if your answer has anything to do with attribution, then you have no fucking clue what's going on in your business. I would say if you're paying somebody to run your ads and they have no fucking clue what's going on in your business, they're probably not the people that you should work with. And that is yet one of a million reasons why folks who push first order profitability and cost caps fundamentally brag and shout from the mountaintop, I have no idea how to run a business. I don't understand digital marketing at all. And I don't care about your bottom line. That is their sales pitch. And you don't need any of them ever. Fuck those people. You can do this all yourself. Okay. This live stream's probably demonetized by now, but whatever. There we go. Hey, Brill. Bro, by the way, Brill Media is here on the TikTok, and it's great to see a longtime Facebook ads MBA program grad who runs a great agency in here, just showing some love. Great to see you, buddy. Check out Brill Media. 100% endorse what's going on over there. And met you in person, which is always a beautiful thing. You're welcome. All right, so let's keep going. This is from Metadog I got to share this. Here we go. Add the stage. There we go. This is Metadog H2N from 2 days ago. I have the choice of Advantage Plus optimizations for ad design. Should I leave this on or turn it off for flexible ads? And this is in response to my video, Facebook ads, easier, more profit than ever. I'm talking about flexible ads. And if you're running flexible ads, you can check out that video. It's hyper actionable and super short. I think it's like 7 or 8 minutes. And I just want to also thank the fine folks at Facebook and Meta for having me as part of their megaphone team, so I get a bunch of information from that team early so I can bring you breaking information. So even though I shot that video before 90% of you get flexible ads, as you bring on board, that video will be ranking higher and higher. So you'll have somebody that has, spent 7, 8, 9 figures on it, teaching you how to be successful. Anyway, so I have the choice of Advantage Plus optimizations for ad design. Should I leave it on or off for flexible ads? And my answer here is, it's hard to say. I'd rather not be more complex. And ultimately, my point is this. It is good to have the platform on your side making optimizations for you. I'd rather do that once I know that I have winning ideas. If I don't have control concepts, if I'm not already scaling my efficiency and ad spend, if I haven't already solved the puzzle, then it's the old concept of shit in, shit out. Trying to polish a turd isn't going to get me a block of gold. So let me get to the gold and then use the machine to really help me amplify the success that I'm having. So hopefully that's better than an it depends or some sales pitch from my scammer cost cap agency where if you cancel your contract, I just sue you. Yeah, I don't care if I'm a former baseball player. I'm going to be a fucking low integrity operator. Anyway, shots fired. Yeah, that dude, whatever. If you know who that is, then comment below. And if not, hey, don't worry about it. Just don't spend $30,000 to some ad agency in the OC to literally pay somebody a couple $100 a week to destroy your business that has never, ever run a business and has never been where you want to be. The media buyer, not the operator. The operator, by the way, great at identifying talent and phenomenal at explaining complex ideas in a way that makes them look smart. Credit where it's due. Very, very good skill set in those spots. All right. Anyway. Continuing here, let's see. Another one from X. Man, I apologize. SXLF. Let me know in the comments. Is that short for something? Can I just credit your entire long name? 400 eyeballs here, by the way. It's 201 people, but everybody's got 2 eyeballs. That is presumptuous of me. You might not all have 2 eyeballs. So 201 souls here. Let's go with that. Love it. Okay. If an ad stops running profitably, how long? Okay, we already answered that one, actually. So my bad. All right. Where are we at? Okay, here we go. Keshav. All right, here we go. Let's remove this from the feed. Okay. Keshav asks, scaling back spend because of fall off in performance. And we're finding that the first day of drop after dropping is good, 30% margins. Second day is barely profitable, and third day is shit. Yeah, Keshav. because ROAS is bullshit, because attribution is bullshit. If you stop spending today, the people that saw your ads today and yesterday are going to buy tomorrow, but less of them are going to buy the day after that, and even fewer are going to buy next week. The purpose of the ad is not to get revenue today. The purpose of your ads is to amplify the volume of business that your business model can do. It's about acquiring attention, monetizing it, and turning it into future cash flow. The easiest way to be super profitable is just turn off your ad spend. But in 3 days, your profitability will go to shit because you're not bringing in net new people. It's the same reason why if you run a bunch of cost caps, it's going to look amazing right up until around the time you have to sign that second contract with that scammer like grifter agency. And then your business will probably tank unless it's Q4, in which case you didn't need them anyway to be successful because it's Black Friday anyway. And that's where they, trap you, and then you try to leave and they'll just sue you. The point of all of this is, love it. We're getting some questions on TikTok, by the way, and I'll get to you next. Okay. The point here is that I am not shocked at all that you pulled back performance spend because of drop off in performance. Totally. And I'm not shocked at all that the day after that was hyper profitable. And I'm also not shocked that things went to shit after that. So what it sounds like to me is you are over dependent on paid media. What can we do to improve your organic efforts? And I don't just mean your Instagram or your TikTok account. What can we do to improve your SEO? What can we do to improve your Google search and shopping, for instance, on paid? What can we do to improve your email game? If you're selling a single product, like for instance, I was using this example. Let's say I'm selling AirPod cases, Steeler Nation, by the way, right? Okay. Say I'm selling AirPod cases and it's the middle of July. So of course my performance is going to suck because that's happened for well over 100 years. And you should have known by now that it was going to happen. And if not, hey, stick around. I was telling you this last year and the year before that and the year before that and the year before that. And for weeks and months of this year, letting you know exactly when more or less it was going to be happening. I was off by about 2-3 weeks, but whatever. I was calling my shot back in February. I say I'm selling these AirPod cases and my performance goes bad. Do I have a cell phone case? Do I have chargers? Do I have cables? Can I offer you a vertically integrated product offering so that when my ads don't work anymore, I can begin to look at my Facebook ads as a way of buying leads that I convert into future cash flow with the rest of my business model? Or am I a salesperson complaining that the cost of attention got too expensive? Because ultimately what happens in the summer, we have a supply and demand problem. People are on their devices less often for shorter periods of time. So there's less inventory for you to show ads. Second, anything you're going to sell somebody, they probably already bought from you or your competitor at a discount over the last 100 days. There's no reason for me to pay full price to you today to get whatever it is I could have gotten for a massive discount before. And it's the middle of the summer. I don't have a lifestyle change for another month or so, minimum. So why am I going to buy from you? And if I do want to buy, I'm going to go to the mall or to Amazon where I'm going to get a 30, 40, 50, 80% off sale. So we have a macro and micro unit economic issue around the price of attention and consumer behavior. And it's a business model issue where basically your inability to turn people into future cash flow buyers is the reason that your ads are suffering, not because your ads are bad, but because your ads are unable to wind up more kinetic energy for the rest of the business model. You're defining success as a validated idea instead of a scalable business. And I mean that with all the love in the world. And hopefully I got to all the little fine points in there so you can extrapolate some more stuff. All right, cool. Let's go to TikTok here because I have my phone right below my Sony. Okay, TikTok says, this is user 581-927-267-40439. Have you seen benefit to running reach and video view campaigns with conversion campaigns? The honest answer to that question is I've done it on and off for years. And I have never once been able to legitimately quantify the benefit. That's just the honest truth. I've never been able to sit down and say, oh, this number went up because of reach or video view. It's just so messy. And the budget that you are spending there could almost assuredly be better spent in the bottom of the funnel instead of at the very top. It almost assuredly could be spent in customer service and CRO efforts. There's more effective ways of investing those resources than in scaling even higher up in the budget, in the funnel. So a short answer to that is, I've done this at scale. And believe me, I mean, I've spent $1 million a day. Never been able to prove it. And I've been around for over 10 years. But what I can say is there's almost always a better place to spend that time and energy and that money. So maybe don't do it. Okay. Let's get back to YouTube and get to the next comment. All right. Flying with Anything 27 says, you're a media buyer, Charlie, not a business owner, in response to my Find the Post ID where I open up the video with, hey, business owner, because I'm trying hook testing. So a lot of my videos, the short form, are going to say, hey, business owner, because I want to appeal to business owners, because your creative does the targeting, right? Like I've been saying that since 2018, and I feel like people started saying it last year, and now the grifters have gotten a hold of it to try to sell you on why you should launch 1,000 ads and destroy your business, because they also charge you to make creative. Anyway, fuck those people. I am actually a business owner. I have 2 businesses. I have Disruptor School, where I bring in the best operators in the world to share with you the thing that they're better than anybody else at, so that you can get an entry-level employee to do better than 80% of the people in the marketplace, and you never have to hire out to improve your business ever again. I also have, what's this? Oh, shoot. I'm getting video here. Oh, it fell out. Okay, I'm gonna get yelled at by my wife. All right. I also have Disruptor Agency, which is a brand accelerator program where we take in businesses and specifically improve their paid media, their offer construction, their relationship with the customer to get them to profitability and to faster run rates. We generally work with brands in the 3 to 10 million a year range and get them to the 25 to 50 million a year range in valuation. And that's really what we do there. And we don't work with more than 3 to 4 businesses at a time. If you want to have a conversation with me about that, DM me. Otherwise, you can just check out disruptorschool.com. You see 1 million masterclasses in there. And we're getting 2 new ones a week. I think this week we launched a email marketing from Philip Rivers, called Email Capture and Convert. Basically, how does the best email marketer in the game focus on capturing leads and converting them within 10 days? What has he done that has helped him get a massive exit on his agency and also helped him get other brands to 8 and 9 figure valuations and exits? And we also had Noah, founder of Social Snowball, come in and teach step-by-step process for affiliate marketing by turning your customers into your salespeople, and basically break down the strategy that Oliver at Tab uses to scale to 7 or 8 figures without even any Facebook paid media at all. There's also and the most popular ones right now are Google search and Facebook advertisers. Basically, how do you take your top 5 Facebook ads, drop them to GPT with the help of a Notion doc, and then it'll automatically build you Google search campaigns that are profitable, that bring you incremental lift? That's an amazing masterclass. We just dropped the Google Shopping masterclass. There's just a ton of them. There's Creative masterclass also from Sarah Levinger that is amazing. How to use psychology to convert your customers. Highly recommend that one. More and more coming every week. I think next week we've got Danil from Incense dropping in how to use influencers in UGC. Like I said, just the world's best operators coming in and showing you how to execute their zone of genius in a way that means you never have to rely on anybody else ever again, so that you don't ever have to get taken advantage of. And hey, that's that business. So yeah, I do run a few businesses, and last year both of them had an EBITDA of over 7 figures. So come at me, bro. Whatever. Receipts for days on all of that stuff. And I've shared the receipts in public. I'm live tweeting out every single week every move that I'm making in Disruptor School. and what all my revenue numbers are, and what all my costs are. Like literally every week, line item by line item, every move that we're making and the profitability. Like, what do you want to say? Last month, I think we were $74,000 profit volume. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. Okay. So let's see this. Boom. Okay. All right. Let's see. We got more questions over here in the chat. So let's get to that. Boom. All right. This one comes from Brett Davies. Hi, Brett. Charlie, you reckon to test in ABO and scale in CBO? Hell no. I don't think there's any legitimate reason for you to be creative testing in an ABO campaign. I can't think of a good reason that running a small scale test where you are trying to leverage low data volume testing figures to determine what got lucky over a short period of time. I can't think of a reason why that's a good way to then begin your creative test. Because to be fair, your creative test isn't an ABO. You're just pre-creative testing everything that you then launch your creative test when that ad gets dropped into your CBO campaign. Because until it's in the CBO, you're not actually, until it's in your scale campaign, you're not actually testing anything. This is why we moved away from testing and scaling campaigns like 5 years ago. I mean, that's 2017 shit. That's 6 years ago. No shit. 7? Holy fuck, it's 2024. Oh my God. Yeah, wow. Okay. That's an 8-year ago. That's an 8-year. Whoa, what is going on here? Hold on a second. We need to do something here. Let's get rid of this. And boom, hold on a second. This. I don't know what's happening here. No. What is this? Okay, we're getting this. We're gonna do yeah, we got it. We got to get rid of y'all here. What's happening here? All right, let's see. What can we do here? Come on. All right, sorry. Hold on a second here, people. We got a bit of an issue on the old on the TikTok here. Let's see. Can we do this? Nope. We're gonna do no. And we'll go ahead and just do this. All right. Sorry. This is great television, I'm sure. Submit, done. All right. Let's see.
Selene y yo no, ellos se unieron.
Mm.
No, yo no estoy en ningún lado. Ellos se unieron y no sé cómo salirme.
Yeah, this is good. This is good. What happened here? We got hijacked. That's fun. All right. Well, thanks to y'all. We're just gonna go ahead and say fuck you two. All right, cool. Fantastic. Boom. All right. Well, somehow the TikTok feed got hacked. And fuck those people for ruining everybody's good time. All right. Well, whatever. Cool. Let's nope. Give me 1 sec, everybody. I apologize. We're gonna do this. We're gonna come back and boom. Sweet. We're just coming right back at it again. Back at it again like tag team. I appreciate that like nobody left during the Twitter and the YouTube. Yeah, watch a 40-year-old dude like get hijacked on TikTok and then just be like, yo, how the fuck do I boot these people? Anyway, let's get back to it. Okay, so yeah, Brett, I hope that answers your question there. There's no legitimate reason to be doing creative testing in an ABO and then launch a scaling campaign. You should just launch your creative test in the campaign because otherwise, here's the problem. When you launch your creative testing in an ABO and then you go to a scaling campaign, the winner from that ABO is, let me give you an example. Say I want to sell 10,000 cases of Girl Scout cookies. And so I say, I'm going to send 100 Girl Scouts into a neighborhood and see who sells some boxes. Now, I'm only going to let them all knock on, say, 10 doors, right? Because your ABO has a limited budget. Based on whichever doors those Girl Scouts knock on, they might be 10 people that aren't home, or 10 people that are like gluten-free or vegan or like don't care or whatever. And then you might have other folks that are like, oh my God, the Girl Scouts are here. Give me like 10K, give me like 5 boxes of the Thin Mints. The success of any one of those Girl Scouts at being a salesperson has everything to do with random distribution and chance. But if you then say, all right, I'm going to take my best 5 of those Girl Scouts, I'm going to try to get them all to sell 2,000 cases a piece, you're going to fail. So, like, maybe don't risk your entire future of your business on ads based purely on what got lucky. That's just a bad business model. All right. Let's get to the next question. And we're back to YouTube stuff here. All right, great. Metadog again, and this is off of a YouTube video, which is the Ask Charlie T show, that series on YouTube. Let's see. In which format would you make videos again so they're displayed appropriately everywhere? And this was getting into the fact of some videos, if you're running ads, can be shown in more places than others. And if you want to increase your frequency, to increase your efficiency and profitability from your Facebook ads, don't make full screen vertical video the only type of content that you have, because they don't get shown everywhere. They will be cropped and they can be shown in other spots, but that's not necessarily the best place. Now, you can choose to make full screen vertical video if they are croppable, i.e. your text and imagery and whatever else is in the middle. And so then you're just doing a good job. But if you want to be successful in having your videos displayed appropriately everywhere, it's more of an editing choice. And if all of your videos are designed to be only viewed in Instagram stories and in Reels and on TikTok and stuff, then you are going to have a serious issue of low CPM and low frequency and terrible performance. So to get to Metadog's question, and again, we dive into that at length in that video in the Ask Charlie T show. I think it's episode 6? Yeah, episode 6 of the Ask Charlie T show over on YouTube at the CT, the Disruptor channel. Cool. Let's go back to the live chat here and see what's happening. This is from Tim Goodwin. Tim Goodwin, by the way, I love that you joined the Facebook Ads MBA program, buddy. It's great to see you there. And I can't wait to see you maybe on one of the live calls here soon. And he says, by the way, the course is fire, by the way. Thank you, Tim. Just trying to help people be successful, you know? Okay, so Tim says, trying to set auto rules based on CPA, but Facebook won't let me set these on a CBO anymore. Any workaround? And I love this. So if you're running Facebook ads, one of the things that you should be focused on is, like, I don't know any high-end media buyers worth their salt that aren't using automated rules to do like 90% of your work. Like, if you don't have automated rules, if you're running Facebook ads and you're in the platform for more than like an hour a week, and it's not just purely to hit refresh, you can see how much money you made, then you are working the wrong way. And I have multiple videos on the YouTube channel that are completely dedicated to sharing my screen and working through it all. But now Facebook has made some changes, and I have another one coming up soon, so you can check it out at CT the Disruptor on YouTube. Go check it out. Man, 238 eyeballs. Man, people are just sticking around. I love it. Live viewers. This is fantastic. Not eyeballs, sorry, viewers. It's like nearly 500 eyeballs if everybody has 2 eyes. Okay, cool. So the workaround here is don't build the rule based on cost per result. We could say, for instance, something like a sliding scale rule where, let's say our target cost is $50. And we want to say, hey, by the time that you've spent enough to get 20 sales, I want you to be at least within 10% of that $50 target. Okay. So let's do some quick math real quick. 10% more than 50 is 55. 20 times 50 is 1,000. 20 times that extra 5 is 100. So if I've spent $1,100 and my total number of purchases is less than 55, then I know that by this point in time, I am not at least within 10% of my max allowable cost per budget. And to be fair, you could do this at 5 sales, 10 sales, 20, 50, 100, 1,000. And then you basically just have these gates where if your spend goes up to a certain point and the cost is not efficient enough, those ads will just get killed. And we talk about sliding scale rules in the Facebook Ads MBA program and in Disruptor School Inner Circle often. In the Facebook Ads MBA program, we actually break down the entire sheet of everything on how you do it all. And in the Inner Circle, Disruptor School Inner Circle, which you can go to disruptorschool.com and enroll right now. I think if you were to enroll in Disruptor School Inner Circle today, you get a free hat plus like maybe $300 in like free gift cards. Don't quote me on that, but it's a massive giveaway. And it's like a monthly fee. So if you don't like it, tell me to kick rocks. Like, leave anytime you want. But anyway, we can actually open up your ad account and do some deep dive stuff in there. So just crazy valuable. But if you're running ads, you should be automating 90% of your work. Just like increasing your budget, you can also do this to do auto optimization stuff. So anyway, hopefully that's helpful. And let's get back to YouTube. Okay. Where are we at here? Let's see this. OJ Jones. I'm going to go ahead and say it's OJE Jones. So OG Jones. I'm going to guess it's OG Jones. In response to the Ask Charlie T Show episode 5, pinpointing what's wrong with your ad campaign. The question is, it seems you are suggesting that a business cannot start and scale on Meta. If that's what you are saying, you are wrong. My agency has scaled many brands with a Meta first strategy. First off, we don't run ads on Meta. We run ads on Facebook and Instagram. We don't look things up on Alphabet, right? We Google them, but that's a whole other thing. It bothers me just so much. People say it's Meta. Like, it's the product is Facebook. The product is Instagram. The company that owns those is called Meta, but that's a whole other thing. They also own WhatsApp. Anyway, point of all of that to be, if you've never sold anything before, starting out by trying to run Facebook ads to get your first dollar is exceptionally more difficult and leads to way more failed businesses with far more lost money than using the profit of successful operations to run. And I commented that. And so the response here was horses for courses, which I don't quite know what that means. Anyway, some brands work better with a Meta first laugh. Some better their Google ads, etc. It's not right to advise brand owners to avoid Meta. Make great creatives and a decent funnel, and Meta can be awesome. Awesome. Great. I'm not saying you shouldn't use Facebook ads. I'm not saying you shouldn't use Google ads. I'm saying that if your business is shit, running ads won't fix the problem. And if you run an agency, odds are people are not hiring your ad agency to help them earn their first buck. And the point of the lesson in the video, in the Q&A session, then that Ask Charlie T episode, I think, is from a live Ask Charlie T show that I did inside the Limited Supply community, Nick Sharma and Moise Ali's community, which I'm a proud member, and I do a weekly session there once a month, pretty much at this point. I'm not saying you shouldn't run them. I'm saying that if you don't know how to make money, running ads to the thing that is already unsuccessful probably won't make you successful. If the secret to success for your business is I just need to run ads, then you've already failed. Right? Like, you don't see anybody go on Dragon's Den or Shark Tank saying, I've got a great business idea. Give me 10% for a valuation of $1 million. And all I need is your time and your money and your staff. I mean, you might see people say that, but the overwhelming response from every one of the sharks or dragons is, get the fuck out of here. Nobody ever gets a deal when all they need is somebody else to do all of the work, because the failure rate is like 99 out of 100. If you don't know how to make money, then spending somebody else's money to amplify your lack of skill won't fix the problem. Facebook ads don't make sales. Facebook ads earn attention. Your business gets the transaction, and a good business model ultimately turns that into future cash flow. And then the profit volume of that future cash flows that you add back into ad spend, that's how you scale a business. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. And there are plenty of people who disagree with that. They're objectively wrong at basically every step of the way. And so far, every single person that I've ever offered for years to come on camera and have a conversation with me about that, or invite me to any of their stages to talk with them, or go into their communities to take questions of people, every one of them has declined. And to be fair, if somebody's kung fu was stronger than mine and offered to come and help my students not need me anymore, because being a low integrity operator was my only way of being successful at paying my bills, I wouldn't want them around either. That's my 2 cents. And we got clapping, and it's okay, awesome, cool. Let's get back to the chat over here. By the way, if you have comments, drop them. I'm trying to get to them. Oh my God, we have so many. I'm gonna have to do this again. I lost my place because I clearly have lost what's going on here, and that's fine. That's fine. We're having fun. We're doing good stuff. Anyway, let's see what we got here. I got to go back down. Hey, there's Brill again. There's Rob. Hey, Rob. Hi. We had some people hijack the TikTok feed, and I'm not smart enough to know how to boot them, so fuck them. I just canceled it and started a new one. All right. Let's see. All right, here we go. Let's get to this one. I haven't seen this question before, so we're gonna do it. This is from Jason Luo. I think that's it. Forgive me. I just don't know if I said that name right or whatnot. What's a good ratio for purchases and add to carts? I have 120 purchases so far this month, but like 100 or 220 add to carts. Jason, that's phenomenal. You have over like 50% of people who add to cart purchase, or more appropriately, because Facebook now only sends the last action. What you have is 340 people added to cart. And of that, 120 people purchased. So you have a great ratio, like 2-to-1. That's excellent. There also isn't an answer to this because the success for any business is different. But I don't really care what the ratio of purchases to add to carts is. What I care is my ad spend less than my revenue? And let me go ahead and add my operating costs to that. If my revenue is greater than my operation cost and ad spend, then I'm making money. And if I'm making money, can I invest some of that profitable scaling margin into the growth of my ad spend? And if the answer is yes, well, fantastic. Off to the races. Don't change anything in your ad account. Just add more budget. Or shift around the spend that you do have if you're not quite there yet. Brill's watching on YouTube and TikTok. Thanks, Rob. I appreciate that, buddy. I do appreciate that. I can't see who's watching. I just apparently at like 200, nearly 250 live viewers. I should be doing this more often. Maybe I'll do this instead of launching some YouTube videos like once a week for a while. We'll just have some fun and hang out. Or maybe what I should really do is get like the super chat situation going, and then just like we'll make a community. I don't know. We'll have some fun. If anybody wants to help out with that stuff, DM me and we'll see what we can do. Be better than me at this thing, and then I'll offer you an opportunity where your job is to help me write you bigger checks. All right? Offer submitted to the universe. Let's just help more people make more money. All right, cool. So let's go back to the stage. Where are we at here? Okay. So this is from Nicole Sharon Barnes, 659, 3 days ago. And this is in response to Facebook ads, profit and scale made easy with flexible ads. The video that went up, I think last week on YouTube. It says, hey, Charlie, is the future of all of this that we will abandon the PG in our testing campaign? I'm thinking that she means proving ground. Instead, we release one flexible ad per ad set. Love that. Yes. When we can't scale it further, we pull the best flexible ad into a control campaign or control ad set. And putting the new ones into the testing campaign. I love where you're going. I just don't think you need a control campaign and a testing campaign. I think you got 2 campaigns to solve one problem, which is you're getting close. Hey, Nate's here. Hey, Nate. Good to see you, buddy. All right, let's see what else we got here. Frank Rizzo's here. Hey, Frank Rizzo, nice to see you. All right, what else we got? However, the control campaign will now be run with flexible ads, not post IDs as in the past. What up, G? By the way, if anybody wants some of the best watches in the world, Nate is on the TikTok right now. He's the man pushing all the levers and knobs and buttons and stuff for original grain. And if I was a watch guy, Nate, I would take you up on every one of the offers you've made me over the last few years. But instead, we'll just get ourselves some barbecue. Much big heart, dude. You crush, and great work on your podcast lately, Nate. Keep up the great work there, dude. I love to see it. And we don't always agree, and I love that, because I'm learning some stuff from you. Nate, by the way, dropped some science on me about 2 years ago. We were at a mastermind for brands running like over 5-10 million or whatever. And it was like revenue. What was it? Revenue per view or something like that. RPV on when hiring YouTube influencers to do spot reads for your videos. Anyway, check out Nate Lagos. Original grain dudes a G. Anyway, let's get back to Nicole's thing. However, the control campaign will now be run with flexible ads, revenue per 1,000 impressions. Is that what it was? I thought it was like views. All right. Anyway, RPM. Okay, that was it. All right, fair enough. My memory, I think I thought of it in a different way. Anyway, sorry. Nicole. However, the control campaign will now be run with flexible ads. No. And I think I actually commented. Sounds pretty good to me 3 days ago, but I'm now seeing that there's more to it. We're not going to put the flexible ads in the control campaign or in our control ad set, unless the idea is that we now have just a control campaign. I think the way I read this before was we just have a control campaign. We've gotten rid of the testing campaign entirely because it's not 2017 anymore, and we're just running flexible ads with one ad per ad set alongside a control environment. That, yes, we would do. In the control campaign with that environment, would we avoid grouping the flex ads into one ad set so we don't disturb when we start learning? Yes. Lots of news. Thanks for helping us guide through. Nicole, I'm going to go ahead and reply to your comment on YouTube with a link to this video, because I think I may have steered you wrong with my response. Okay, there we go, right? I was wrong. I'm a human being, and I was wrong. Okay, cool. Let's keep things going here. Is my do not disturb still on? No. Okay, cool. Because I'm gonna. All right, when this girl wakes up, I gotta call it. But let's keep going. An hour and 20 minutes in, and I've got more unanswered questions than I did an hour ago. So I think I'm cool with just smashing through the live at this point. All right, we're gonna only go to comments. We're not gonna go anymore. We're only gonna go to the comments on. No, we're no longer gonna be hitting the comments on YouTube. But I will just leave the YouTube channel up here just so that you can go ahead and check it out and, subscribe or whatever. Boom. Professor Charlie T at CT the Disruptor, 21.8 thousand subs. So thanks. Anyway, let's just leave that up on the screen. Let me zoom in here a little bit. All right, cool. We'll just do that. Sweet. Go ahead and sub there. By the way, shout out if anybody wants to go ahead and drop 3 comments on the YouTube channel and give me a sub, I'll send you a Disruptor School hat with my great thanks. And if you don't want a hat, you just want a $50 gift card, fuck it, I'll just give you a $50 gift card. Cool. Anyway, that being said, let's keep going. All right. Okay, this one. Okay. That's Jason. Moondeep says, thank you. Tim Goodwin says the course is fire. He's talking about the Facebook Ads MBA program. You should join. Why not learn how to make more money from somebody that's built, scaled, and exited an 8 or 9 figure business basically every year for the last 6? Why not? Okay. Tom. Oh, Tom. I recognize this face. Tom says, new DDC, new direct consumer brand here. Finding my feet with Facebook. Thanks. And doing email with my own list. Love it. How long do you think it will make sense to put 100% of paid media efforts into Facebook versus going to Google? Great question, Tom. The answer is you The best time to start running Google search ads was the day you started the business. The next best time is tomorrow. I think you can perfectly get away with just running Facebook, but why? You're spending a lot of time and effort making people aware, and then they go and search for your brand name or for the problem that you're solving, and you're just making sales for other people. Now, you might not be great at Google ads, and that's fine. Tom, DM me, and I'll give you $100 off gift card, or I'll give you $100 off code for the Google search campaign masterclass on disruptorschool.com. In fact, anybody that wants to get the Google search for Facebook advertisers masterclass, you DM me right now. I will give you a $100 code so that you don't have to pay full price, so that you can be running Google search campaigns in like 45 minutes. Like literally, like I remember I got that when that masterclass went live. I ordered a car to my house in LA to go to a Geek Out event. And before the car got to my house, I had the campaign set up. And by the time I got from Atwater Village over to West Hollywood, the campaign was live. And by the time I went home, I had driven sales that had paid for the Uber ride. And ultimately, based on $100 off, it would have paid for the masterclass. So mazel tov. Like it's like, I'm only charging enough that it's stupid for people not to spend money because it's profitable on day one. Like, why not just make success easier for people? Anyway, to get to your answer, Tom, I'm going to also completely disagree with what I just said. If you find that you don't need help because your efficiency is strong enough to continue raising your budget, then just raise your budget on Facebook. Don't solve problems that you don't necessarily have by doing the things that you're supposed to do. You're just not there yet. Oh, okay. Little girl is waking up. Hi, Charlie. Yeah. Okay. We'll do one more and we'll call it a day. All right. Okay. I think maybe one more is out of the question. We got a lot more in here. For right now, I'm just going to go ahead and do a little bit of, we'll get into one other thing here. I just want to drop in first off and say thank you. This is, by the way, Disruptor School. If you want to jump in here, you can check out the Facebook Ads MBA program. This is what everybody's talking about. This is how you can learn how to build 7, 8, and 9-figure businesses. This is literally everything. The standard version comes with a 1-hour call with me. You get access to the mastermind community. The premium version comes with a 1-hour call, access to the mastermind community, live access to all the weekly lectures, all of the Disruptor School masterclasses, the MBA bot for 24-hour support, discounts, partnerships, the core curriculum, the weekly lecture series, videos. Again, all the masterclasses, unlimited access to the library for all the ebooks and SOPs, the predictable profit scaling blueprint, all of our how-to tutorial walkthrough videos, and how to build a winning Facebook ad account course. That's in the premium version. The standard basically comes with all of that, but you don't get the discounts, you don't get the bot, you don't get the live access to masterclasses or weekly lecture series, you don't get access to the community, and you don't get a 1-hour onboarding call with me. But anyway, check all that stuff out, and don't forget to shop the school. There you go. There's all sorts of fun stuff in here. I highly recommend you check all this stuff out. This is the masterclass I was telling you about before. The Google search for Facebook advertisers. Message me and I'll gladly give any one of you $100 off the sale price of this thing right now. And for those that just want to try something out, I highly recommend this. I've marked it down for $1,000 to $50 a month. This is my entry level. If you don't know if you should trust me or if you just want help making your Facebook ads easier to understand and profitable, jump into this. And it's everything that you need. It's quite literally how to set up your hero offers, how to set up your profitable scaling margin, how to set up your campaigns to scale, and understanding how Facebook works, how to do creative testing, how to automate everything. Like literally step 1 through 3 on every discipline that you need to go from I don't know what to do to I'm scaling my business and I'm ready to invest more is in this. And it comes with the Disruptor bot for 24-hour support. And the bot is basically like ChatGPT, but it's been trained off of over 10,000 hours of video and pages from all of the guest speakers in Disruptor School, all of the master classes. It's updated multiple times a week. And at $50 a month, it's literally just there to help make success easy. And we're adding a community. We're adding to a community of folks, and there's been over 2,000 folks that are in there. So all that being said, thank you all so much. Okay. And from Charlie and me, we wish you all the very best. And I'll see you on the internet. Bye. Okay. Boom.